Even though I had grown up in the faith, it was really like an oil and water kind of experience where I was surrounded by the faith like water, but somehow I was covered in oil and the faith had never really penetrated my heart. I was blessed to grow up in a Catholic family. My family is pretty faithful in that we never missed a Sunday Mass, but that was pretty much as far as my faith went, is that God is real and He's good, but what it meant to be Catholic, I couldn't really have told you very much. When I got to university, my faith life was non-existent. I had really fallen away from any practice of the faith, Sunday Mass, daily prayer, anything like that, and I just found myself really lonely. One night, I just got on my knees and said my first honest prayer as an adult, and I told the Lord, I need friends. I think that I'm supposed to be living a different life. Within a few minutes of that, I was just kind of rummaging around my room, and I found this registration card for the Catholic Campus Ministry that I was sure I'd thrown away at orientation, but there it was. So I took it as a sign and filled it out, and it really opened the door for me to get to know the community really well. As I would walk around campus between classes, a lot of the students from the campus ministry would stop me in the hall, stop me on campus, and they would remember my name and ask me how I was doing. And so I recognized that there was a genuineness that they were seeking to get to know me with. Around my sophomore year of college, the campus ministry was so kind to realize that in my registration card, I had not checked off confirmation as a sacrament that I received. And so I was getting constant invitations to join RCIA, which I persistently ignored. And honestly, I eventually went to the first class just to get them to stop inviting me. And it was in that first class that they taught that God is love. And I realized that it wasn't just something that my family said or my grandmother stitched on a pillow, that it was a theological truth. I was just so hungry to learn more. And so I really got more involved just through consistently going to the classes, wrestling with the teachings as I learned about them, realizing how much I didn't know about my faith, and that just really fed my hunger for communion. It was pretty early on, I think, in RCIA that they explained to us that Eucharist means thanksgiving. It is so easy to go to daily Mass and for receiving the Eucharist to become mundane, but when I just reflect on the word thanksgiving and spend time after receiving communion just in gratitude, honestly, that I think is my daily experience of recognizing my unworthiness to receive the Lord and His humility in coming down and giving Himself totally to us, being fully exposed to the Eucharist in adoration. I'm just consistently struck by the Lord's love. So for me, the Eucharist is a gift. It is just absolute gift. I was confirmed April 23rd, 2015, 5 p.m. Right around my senior year of college, I started discerning what to do for my post-grad plans and really quickly realized that the Lord was inviting me to consider becoming a focused missionary. And I applied, got accepted, became a missionary. All that time spent in adoration really kickstarted this journey of recognizing that, not only do I know that I'm made for a relationship with Jesus, but I also am experiencing what I think is His call to be His bride in this life. But I found that in not just being a missionary, but really becoming a woman of prayer through God's grace and through good community, that over time, it's the same way that you can stand outside in the sun and you're just gonna get a tan, you're gonna get burnt if you stay in there long enough. You can't spend time in adoration and not be impacted by the Lord. And it was really the grace of the Son of God who, over many years and a lot of healing and maturing and correcting and growing, that He allowed that oil to melt away. I was able to respond with a full yes and a full joy of, yes, Lord, I want to be yours. I enter with the Sisters of Life this September, and God willing, in about 7 or more years, I'll be a fully professed sister. I'm really grateful for what the Lord has done in my life, and I'm very excited for what He has in store for the future.